What's up guys, Cody here. Want to do a quick review of the Atom glove set and tell you why I think it's the most advanced chipset on the market, or at least the one you should buy and spend your money on. So first and foremost, the casings that it comes with are small silicon ones and they're more comfortable than other chips I've used. Design-wise, the chip size is really nice. Obviously having nano-sized chips makes doing things like finger rolls much easier when you're when you're learning that and getting, your finger dexterity down. So having small chips that fit right on top of your fingernails, really good for beginners especially, I would say. Some of the OG guys I've seen, they use bigger chips, but they have way more hours logged. And this just really made it easy for me and helped. So that's a big plus, is the size. The casings on them, like I said. The battery life on the Atom is really, really good compared to what I've seen out of other chips. I know that I do a lot of gloving, like at shows or at friends' houses when we're practicing and stuff. And I don't know exactly how many hours I would get out of like a normal battery change, but dude, I'll go like probably at least 3 to 4 or 5 shows on one set of batteries with just this, you know what I mean? And I have friends with Spectras. Those things will die like halfway through a show, you know what I mean? I don't know how you can do that. They'll be bringing spare batteries, like miss me with all that noise. But yeah, so that's a big plus. The thing that I think is so dope about the Atom Zone, why I think that they're the best and superior to really any other chip on the market, is the motion reactivity. And I say that because it adds an entire other dimension to the light show. I mean, the concept of speed control, this chipset and having the speed thresholds on here, that alone taught me the concept of speed control when I was, still a super noob in gloving and trying to like figure out what everything meant, trying to figure out what speed control was, trying to figure out what storytelling was, trying to figure out, all of the different facets of like what makes a good light show, trying to quantify what a real light show should be and what should look like, what's the perfect aesthetic of that. So there's that. The chip to chip is awesome, really fast and snappy. I know that the ions are a little bit newer than this hardware, so they seem to have a slightly like faster transmission than these, but whatever. They're pretty responsive overall for the most part. Trying to think any other stuff that I should really like touch on here. We got, the color palette is obviously really good. You can pretty much expect that for a top tier chipset though. The only thing that really beats the color palette is the Spectres from what I understand, but that's because they have like an app, and in the app you can select pretty much any color instead of just the pre-programmed color palette that comes on the Atoms. But the Atom still has a pretty good color selection. You're gonna have more than enough to play with. Like, if you have a fairly decent understanding of color theory, you can make a lot of cool things happen. The Spectres make some of that stuff a little bit easier through the app, and I think it does a lot of the thinking and the quantifying for you. But if you kind of know what you're doing, and especially if you know how to mix that stuff up with speed control, you can make some really cool shit with these things. So don't let the lack of an infinite color palette turn you off from buying them. Definitely give them a chance, because in every other area they kick everything else's ass. So there's that. The diffusers that they come with are fine. The stock ones, they're just like silicon fisheye ones. I recommend buying aftermarket ones if you really want to, like, I don't know, put your little touch on your style and everything. I use flash tips, but yeah, overall, I think that covers most of the bases. But pretty much you can look at my face, undeniably, I know a lot of glovers. I have a lot of friends in the gloving community, and a lot of them use different chipsets, but I will tell you this. The best glovers that I know, and the ones who not only appreciate the art form the most, but who appreciate the love of the dance community the most, all use Atoms. Or at least futuristic products, I'll say that. That's one thing I will say, is I feel like futuristic really captures the culture of gloving in a way that Amazing Lights can only mimic. They have no spirit. Amazing is a corporation, and Brian Lim pretty much got bought out, by Mark Cuban and Damon John. So now that's all it is. There's not a whole lot of soul there. It's just kind of a corporate shell entity that gives off batteries and whites to the vultures and stuff who will buy them and keep it alive. But as far as community goes, no one really has it like futuristic, in my opinion. LED does have a pretty awesome community too, but as far as, for the 3 C's of big business, you've got content, commerce, and community, right? Amazing has content, Amazing has commerce, but the community, other than the face melt crew, is a little bit lacking. Don't get me wrong, they're all great people and they're amazing flow artists and they perform amazingly well. I know just for me personally and where I'm from, the people that I've connected with and had some amazing friendships with, just blossom out of gloving, have been all people that I know who use futuristic technology, coincidentally. I don't know. But yeah, that's my review for the Atoms, and I truly believe that if you're going to do gloving and it's something that you want to perform with, this is probably the best tool for you as a light show artist. So, alright guys, thanks for watching.